What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 5 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Miao Ying Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, first there were orcs and then there were no orcs as Miao Ying obliterated the hordes of the savage greenskins of the Dimmed Suns and ended the last of the current wars that we're in that aren't beyond the Great Bastion. Of course, it is inevitable that the Blessed Dread declare war on us, but they remain busy with the lizards, at least for now, as they continue marching southward. And, well, perhaps we will, as I was musing at the end of last episode, allow them to do so for a little bit of a while we consolidate, while we grow our economy, and while we level things up in order to get that variety of units going a little bit more. Certainly the variety has slowly been growing anyway as we've acquired our gunpowder units, but there's a bunch of constructs and fun stuff that we want to try out, and we just don't yet have the economy to support it. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this particular turn, well, it looks like there's a lot. I guess it's a new turn, so I guess we may as well get started. Okay, so I think at the end of the day, maybe we will actually confederate these guys. I mean, it's gonna kind of bother me to have an incomplete province, and while this is going to hurt us, a few of you in the comments have said why not just confederate them, so we could probably overcome it. And this is probably the best time to do it, as in when we're not in a war, meaning we can sort of stick around. If it causes rebellions, we can destroy them, and if it doesn't cause rebellions, well, we can use our military presence to reduce the effect. So yeah, I guess we'll do it. Confederation with the Celestial Loyalists, go. And the other obviously important thing is Wei Jin as the capital, so we do want it for ourselves. It also does have the Paradise Gardens, which means that the +10 control will make sure that Wei Jin itself, at least, is not too bad in terms of its public order and all that. Miao Ying, in fact, we will move you to sit in Wei Jing for a turn. Like so, and with your military presence, it's only at -2, so it'll remain in collecting money despite the, loss. Some of the locations of ours, however, like Gunpowder Road, will be uncollecting their income because we can't have that right now, -12. This place is okay, and what we might want to do, let's see, you cost 216 per turn, eh? We're not fighting Clan Krizor right now, and maybe we'll just delete you for now. We will obviously get Zhu Xia back because she obliterated plenty of Skaven, and I think she earned her place in our roster. Besides, she has that enables magical attacks for all melee units, which is pretty darn universally useful to all of those, so, and very much will get her back. But for now, she's costing us 200 gold per turn, and we don't need her necessarily sitting here. Administrator, you can just stick around, however. Alright, otherwise, we will probably, let's see, do we need to build anything here? We probably should upgrade Xingpo, because we do want to upgrade the Grand Observatory for more astromancers. Cathay has a massive tech tree, and I remember struggling to I remember that I struggled to get through the entire High Elf tech tree in Imric's campaign, and we had plenty of tech thievery going on there, so same kind of issue here. We'll need it. We'll definitely need it. And there's some really good upgrades all over this map. I don't remember where they all are, but there's some definitely really powerful ones, so and definitely stuff that we'll want to get. Yeah, anyway. We'll get to that. For now, we'll upgrade Xingpo, like so, and then I guess you can go here. We were going to continue... yeah, fine. Go here for now. Huh, in fact, wait, a Dragon Gate will be upgradable to the next tier shortly. You can reduce its cost even further by moving that way. So we'll go here. Then we will build... I guess the conscription field, and then whatever here, it doesn't really matter as long as it's of the Yin variety, so I guess it'll be the Tea Parlor. Or instead of the Tea Parlor, we could do another Yin Lodge and then do a little bit more control. It's only by 1, but, well, every little bit counts right now, at least until this is fixed. Alright, let's do that. And ignore the Tea Parlor for now. It's not like the growth is horrific here. Then, what did we get with the Confederation? So, you, Qian Ho has... I mean, I do like the sort of anti-heroes, but otherwise this is not a good trade, really. Victor lost 10% army and enemy territory only. Ooh. Yeah, not a particularly good lord, but we were going to delete him anyway. We did get some decent stuff with the Confed, though, so I'm not too displeased with it. Let's put you into march stance and get you moving over here. Miao Ying, you can sit here for now, and frankly, we've been waiting for you to heal up, so you may as well take advantage of the ability to do so now. Jade Stables will delete you from here because we don't need it, and I guess we'll keep the place in harmony, at least for now. We probably will also not need the training camp here and can delete it. And I'd love to upgrade the Eastern Bazaar, but, well, our money is going to be a problem right now, so maybe not. You... Alon who have steadfast, so we need to give you the peasants, and frankly, wait, okay, we need to figure out the best way to do this. You might want to move to Terracotta Graveyard, or we can move somebody else to Terracotta Graveyard. You have Hardened Jadeite. Okay, so you're going to be the one that's commanding the various Jade units, eh? Alright, so here's what we can do for now. You can take the Jade Warriors. Grab these Peasant Spears as well, because you can turn them into Jade Warriors. I mean, you know what? Take these for now, at least until we level them up further, and then take the Peasant Horses, like so. Alright. Then, okay, I'm gonna have to... Oh, what is this? Gate Master, hello, free Gate Master, lovely. And you have Teacher. Character will share 25% of their experience between all other active heroes of the same type. I like it. It's like an early game version of the Mentor trait, and I guess it'll combine with the Mentor as well. Yeah, that'll work. As somebody pointed out in the comments, these guys give us armor as well as buffs for the, and reductions for the Jade Warriors. And we should definitely take advantage of that. Probably use this and probably use several of them. Can we make more of them? Or yes, we can. Swift enemy. No, I don't like it. And Sundering attacks. This one's not too bad. I do like the Sundering attacks. I do wonder whether that's more valuable than Teacher, especially if we get a bunch of them. I mean, frankly, these guys don't do a lot of armor-piercing damage. It's okay, but yeah, the Sundering attacks would have value as well. Maybe we'll get you on field as well. But anyway, let's get moving. So, Alon Hu... Wait, we need to... You should probably channel. I want to make sure that we transfer everything to this army, because this army will most likely stay either at Turtle Gate or Wei Jin. Or, in fact, wait, I have another idea. Wait, you're gonna move here. I know what we'll do. We will move you to southward, through Village of the Moon or Jadewind Mountain, and then sit here for the time that we have the Confederation debuff and while we're dealing with it, because this will allow us to possibly start attacking these guys once they attack us back, and once we, well, take Hai Chai here, so, yeah. Because that will be Miao Ying's job, at least after we're done consolidating. Anyway, then you can, I guess, transfer 2 more peasant horses. There's too many peasant horses. Is there such thing as too many peasant horses? Can you move? You can move. Okay, go in here. Go in this army. Because this will be our second army. With that hardened jadeite. Then... Wait, does Miao Ying... 1, 2, 3, 4... She could use another Jade Warrior crossbow. Okay, let's give her 1 then. Yeah, you take 1 Jade Warrior crossbow. Hopefully I don't screw this up, which is a distinct possibility, but we'll see. And then you can transfer both of these Jade Lancers to this army. You can transfer both of the peasants to this army. And then you can go pick up peasants yourself because you're our peasant lord. Probably not the first either. Alright, and transfer. That'll be enough to build 6 Jade Lancers. We can get possibly a caster, maybe at least 1 more ranged peasant unit in here. But anyway, Lanaku, you are gonna go here. Are you able to reach this? You are. Okay, good. And then you're able to reach this as well. We'll need military presence here because this is very negative control right now, and I don't want to lose all of that. Frankly, 176, 263. I'm not so sure that we should keep the Onyx Crowmen right now. Although, on the other hand, we should probably have at least something of an army-like entity being able to defend the gate. And there is that possibility as well. Also, how much do peasant horses cost compared to regular peasants? Quite a bit more, right? Maybe we forego the peasant horses. Delete you. And we can always get them back if we should need them. Yeah, maybe get 1 more archer in here. Oh, we don't have any more archers. As in peasant archers. I wanted one more Nan Gau Grenadier in here to be later replaced with more Jade Warriors or Gate Masters or drums and rather than ore on all of those, but right now we can't. Alright, fine, fair enough. You, I guess, then are going to stay here. We can move you next turn then, assuming that you... Oh, we can actually send you to Terracotta Graveyard. You know what, do this. You're at 810, but leaving the gate will be a significant increase in the cost of your army, especially because we don't have Harmony here. 500, yeah. About 300 extra gold, but the -5 is really not so bad compared to what it was before. And I don't think we want this to drop into completely red. How are we doing out here? This place is okay and was not collecting income. This place is okay, or will be okay-ish for a few turns, especially if we get even a minor military presence here. We could also uncollect the income for one turn just to allow it to fix itself and then deal with it. I know, a little bit of admin to start this episode up, but it does have to happen whenever you confederate stuff, so deal with it, I guess. Yeah, you stay here. We will take you to transfer some stuff. Alright, and you know what, keep the Onyx Chromin, I guess, for now. Transfer all of this and then delete your own army, because you are not going to stay. Yeah. Like so. Alright, back up to 751, not too bad. And you have the Anathema one, so you're one of the ones that's going to stay essentially at the gate. Yeah, keep hold of the Peasants and the Onyx Chromin together. Those will all be very helpful at the gate. And then we'll have Yuan Shanfu transfer the Peasants and the Longs, well, just all the Peasants to this army. And we should probably build another Peasant army as well. Yeah. I'm surprised that the military presence isn't as much as 10, eh? Collected income -9, yeah, well, we'll have a little bit more control coming in, so this place will be okay compared to some of the other places. And then Administrator will go up to Dragon Gate, and I think that's all we gotta do right now, other than potentially moving you. And of course Miao Ying herself. Oh right, I did want to get the Jade War Drum, but at 294 it's a little bit on the too steep side. Alright, I think that's all we gotta do for now. Diplomacy check real quick. Let's see, Loose Tooth Karun wants an on-aggression. Yeah, sure, why not? We could use some of, well, better cavalry, I guess. But either way, it's certainly somebody we want to trade with. We will want to... Oh wow, hello, more trade agreements. Hawkland will die, not much we can do about that. Disciples of the Ma are unfortunately super unfriendly with the various Empire factions, and thus I'd rather be trading with the more stable Empire factions. Border Princes are likely to die as well, but their enemies with Skaven and other such factions, and being friendly with them might keep us reasonably friendly with Karazikorak. Frankly, it's Karazikorak I'd like to get the trade agreements with, but right now I guess this is the option. And they probably will give us the most money. Alright, let's do Border Princes for now. Caravan of Blue Roses, Wargrove of Woe, Golden Order. Yeah, alright. Do this, trade. We'll need the extra cash, and oh, everybody else is still willing to trade. Who are you? You're happy with the other treaties. You know what, let's just do this. These guys will die eventually, but for now, why not? Take their money and their trade agreement. Anybody else? No, that's it, even from the Border Princes. We could declare war on Clan Scryer and get the trade agreement, but I think we can save that for something a little bit more valuable for us. Anyway, we'll maybe send this army down to Mingzhu, and you know what, fine, let's build the second Gate Master so that we can start leveling with the first. Hopefully we don't get like an amazing trait that right after. Wait, can you build it at... Well... I can only build it here at Wei Jin, so we'd want to... Yeah, just build it here, it's all good. You're not moving right now, anyway. I don't know why I keep saying build. Just build the Gate Master, we have the technology. Recruit. Alright, a little bit more cash, but it is what it is. Garrison Lord not moved on sign skill points. Building upgrade available, I think not, alas. Outpost available, I think not, alas, because we can't afford it. And I think that's good. Alright, let's hope that we can deal. I didn't forget any of the newer provinces, did I? This is collecting income. This is fine. I'm just triple checking because I don't want everything to go into red. You gotta be very wary of this in SFO, because in SFO you have the problem of when you go to the lowest level to weak, you get control faction wide from low control. So everything... Every single red territory will make all your other territories redder, and then we have the income from trade tariffs reductions. It's it can get pretty ugly. I am wondering whether we should swap the... Swap out of Harmony here. It would be fairly cheap to do so, and it'll be a little bit more control. It's not like the place is generating cash right now anyway. So maybe that'll be worth it. So do this, and then start building the... Oh, wow, that's expensive. Maybe the tea parlor, just because it's cheaper. Start building the tea parlor, and I'd like to switch you, but we could do that eventually. 1, 2, 3, counteraction, so 3. Will take us to the second level, I take it? Yeah, it'll take us to the second level, and I think that'll be good enough for now until we're ready to switch again. There we go. Now we can end the turn. And watch the Blessed Dread immediately declare war on us. I wouldn't be too shocked, but well, we'll have to overcome it. And where are the Blessed Dread and the Order? Oh, also, while the turn is ending, yes, we did reach the engagement threshold, so this will be a longer hour-ish long episode, hour adjacent, as I like to call them, and the engagement streak does continue for the 2 long episodes on probably Saturday, plus... Destroy Great Longbow Riders? Are you insane? No. Plus, this doesn't really feel worth fighting. You know, I think we'll fight this manually. I mean, we can still watch the organ guns and stuff fight. It's such a small battle that it doesn't really matter, but I don't want to risk auto-resolving it. Yeah, anyway, since we've reached the 5th episode, this is where we lower the engagement threshold the first time. From now on, 400 likes and 60 comments. The next episode will be an hour-long streak to maintain until Saturday. Fight Battle 1. Alright, less cheering, more firing, please, there, organ gunners. I'm sure they'll be in range shortly. Yes, I said shortly, but anyway, here we go. Thank the caravans for small graces, as we will at least get to fight some stuff as long as the caravans are moving, and just by virtue of the fact that they're, well, they're out there, while we're trying to build up our empire, consolidate, etc, etc, etc. Anyway, another couple of shots from the organ guns. They do fire rather rapidly, don't they? Not too much in the way of damage or kills as yet, but that's fine. Looks like a unit of Mournfangs will peel away and charge directly towards us here, and that's just fine. I'm sure they'll eat a few arrows from the peasant bows, but those will do nothing. Ooh, organ guns do manage to snipe 1 off of the Mournfangs, though a single volley for 1 Mournfang out of 16 really isn't that much, and we have a much more, let's say, effective, efficient, devastating way to kill these guys off. 1 Jade Longma unit hits them from the front, 2nd Jade Longma unit hits them from the back, and the unit of Mournfangs is pretty much wiped out. 50% HP loss to the charges, and they shatter, and just look at that HP bar drop. That's pretty scary. And that's, wow, what the heck? Why do they have 72 melee attack? Oh, they got Bullgorger on them. I was like, what the heck? That can't possibly be their normal stat line. Also, I just realized that this is, or at least while loading this battle, I realized that this was the Battle of Karazakarak. So I don't know what the heck Thorgrim is doing, but he's not policing the Silver Road properly to have a pile of ogres attack a peaceful cafe and caravan, man. But anyway, along my riders will fly over the enemy Slaughtermaster and then touch down upon the Nobblers, who take about half HP in terms of damage from the charge. We're really loving the effectiveness of these long riders, and we don't even have them buffed up in any way. Whichever army we end up putting, you know, a few of them into is going to be a very, very happy army. It's pretty clear that these guys are going to get insanely strong when they have full buffs and techs and a lord that buffs them as well with the additional melee attack. I mean, I suppose they are still fairly fragile. I mean, they're like Pegasus Knights, so they will be somewhat fragile, but not so fragile that they can't be in the fight. Let's see, I wanted to see what their HP values are at. Actually, not too bad. 11,000 HP, although 32 units. If it was 11,000 HP and there were 16 of them, might have been a little bit safer, but they are liable to lose models. Anyway, with that, the enemy army shatters and the battle's over. It's a real quick one, but this caravan can deal with a lot of things due to those Longma. Alright, there we go. So far it continues to seem to have been the case that taking the Longma variant of the caravans was a really good choice, because these guys are cleaning house in every battle that they participate in. Got a nice 1600 gold, which we certainly needed, and possibly enough XP to actually try to upgrade those guys. Krazkrak and Berikvar have confederated. Constructor Forlan, who's sort of Cain claimed by the Scourge of Cain, who has admittedly a tendency to do that, so yeah. Otherwise, we're looking okay. These guys didn't declare war on us. Alright, more time to build, consolidate, etc. So, this is how we want to do it. First of all, you will leave this territory briefly, like so. And then you're going to enter said territory. In march stance, I guess. Fine. And then we'll transfer these guys. What do you have again? You have Guardian. Oh, right. We do want to level you up because we will be most definitely using you. And we'll do that, like so. You, Gate Master, will enter this army. And then we'll send this army to colonize this place on their way southward. Well, it'll take 2 turns to reach us anyway, so you might as well channel, because you're going to need the extra magics. Our healing is surprisingly small. Is it from the alchemists or from the astromancers? Alchemists have increased mobility, which is also good. In fact, really useful, but astromancers have scouting. What, are you telling me that we have no heroes that provide replenishment? Gate masters don't. Gate masters at least have retinue physician. Maybe somebody has the secondary trait that I didn't see. A moment. No secondary trait here. We have one other hero type, right? And no secondary trait here. Wow, I really wanted the extra replenishment. If we don't have it, we may actually have to go through the blue line on some lords in order to acquire logistician. I guess it was a good move to keep the Wuxing compass pointed at the Great Bastion in order to get the casualty replenishment rate. The problem here is that we need to switch it to Celestial Lake as soon as possible for the extra money and control, as they're generally superior than defensive buffs. Go figure. Well, I'll have to pay attention to some of the tech as well. Am I missing... Wait, there's the Gate Master, and then there's another one, isn't there? The Construct guy. Maybe the Construct guy does it? I forgot what the Construct guy is called, but he exists. Not the Alchemist, not the Astromancer, the Celestial Defender. What do you have? You have training. Wait, so Cathay, I guess Cathay really is like dwarfs in that regard, because, wait, the dwarfs also, wait, or what do the runesmiths do? Scouting? I don't remember. Or the Chaos Dwarfs don't have one. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. And an annoyance, minor or not, still an annoyance. Anyway, to Dragon Gate Ascend Administrator Chiansai, and we're gonna ignore building these up right now because they're a little bit costly. Let's upgrade the gate instead. Here we go. And every single one of these gate upgrades also... Wait. Did the tier 2... A moment. The tier 2 give us capacity... No, but the tier 3 will give us additional capacity for gate masters, which we'll want to keep an eye on. Battle banner and unit mass? It's okay. Nothing crazy, though. And do you need to build anything here? Unless we want to upgrade those, but I think it's probably not worth it at the current time. I think we need to save our money. Alright, you. Well, I guess you're gonna go up here for now. In fact, I'd probably prefer you to follow Miao Ying around, who's gonna stay in Wei Jin at least for a couple more turns, but not probably for too much longer. Speaking of Wei Jin, we need to start putting it into... Yin Harmony, which means Spice Market here at the city of Shugengan, and I guess we'll start upgrading the village here as well. It also means that the administrator will need to move there. And you know what? A Dragon Gate, let's build up the Bastion Watchmast. It's relatively cheap to build, and in fact we'll build it up to the next level and next turn anyway. Because we'll want to position armies here that are... Wait, were you not in here? I don't know. We'll want to position armies here for cheaply, full stacks, once our public order situation has resolved itself. Or we've resolved it, whichever occurs. Anyway, who are you again? Oh, right, the Tech Thief. Our first Tech Thief. Celestial Dragon Tech Thief. I don't know what to call Tech Thieves, guys, so for Cathay, so suggestions, please. What's our steel tech rate? 60%. Yeah, we are probably going to have to go into contained aggression to get the hero action success chance plus 10%. Probably after Grace of Shui Yin. I do like the defensive formations as well. There's also the income from cities. There's a lot of good tech. Oh, right, the armor and melee defense for peasant long spears, base missile damage plus 20%. There's a lot of good stuff. We really need more techs and astromancers, actually, speaking of astromancers. Seduce units minus 25. I was hoping to get one that had, I don't know, some kind of tech thievery bonuses, but we'll see. Also, what's the colonization cost? Doesn't say, but it'll probably be expensive. Yeah, let's not upgrade anything just because then. Alright, fine, fair enough. Garrison Lord, building upgrade, outpost available, diplomacy check, and then go next turn. May as well go forward a little bit. Loose Tooth wants a non-aggression pack, but I'm pretty sure they're dead, and nobody else wants to talk. So we'll end the turn. I believe our caravan will be completed next turn as well, assuming they don't run into anything. So let's see if we get anything interesting out of it. End turn. Also, I do believe last episode, what's the little faction up here called? Some kind of, not the Kurgan, I don't know. But they declared war on us as well, so they could hit one of the bastion gates at any moment. Silken Village, of course, but it looks like he's running around with half a stack right now. I think perhaps the AI was a little bit more reliant on coming southward and then raiding the territories of Cathay, but since we've got the bastion breach plugged up, they can't really do that at the time. They can't, however, send their annoying heroes down here. What do we have here? Xiao Kong. I don't know who you are. A trader from... Is this one of our gate... Is this our gate master? I don't know. A trader from the Ivory Road respectfully begs to barter with you. She has what she claims is the very first brick laid in the Great Bastion, stolen away early in its construction, and only now unearthed. Truly, this is an object of ancient and sacred power, and of course they're a swindler. Control +3 for local province versus 2,000 gold and leadership -3. I mean, I guess this will help us for now. 2,000 gold is fine, but let's just do it. Return the brick to the bastion. Ply the trader with whatever luxuries we have in excess of. It is imperative this enchanted stone is restored to its rightful place, lest its absence one day enable the great enemy to topple the bastion. Why not? Alrighty, supervisor, disciplinarian, yes, more control for everybody, please. Confederation, Nordland and Reichland, maybe they'll be willing to agree now. Banner of the Moon Empress, missile damage, accuracy, armor-piercing missile damage, that seems like a nice thing for Miao Ying. Let's give that to you immediately. Lose the... I'm gonna say standard of discipline, probably not super useful, frankly, neither is the Jade Sculpture. Keep the standard of Asian, however. Alright, and what is this again? Grant of land. Oh, right, you know what? We need to take this off of you because you're a caravan man, and if you die, you'll lose that, and I will cry. City administrator. Yeah, let's give it to the administrator guy. I'm going to assume that it's not going to be easy to randomly kill him, so let's do that. Alright, caravan completed, and Slayer Pirates. Oh, we got that from this. Ha, go figure. And that was the guy that also had more dwarf and stuff, right? Go figure. Alright, next we got our new tech, but I think we'll go to contained aggression. Oh my lord, it'll take 15 turns. That's a long time, damn. That's a really long time. It's such a long time, in fact, that it might be better to grab Harmonic Mastery into some of these things first. I mean, together these will also take 12 turns. Hopefully it'll speed up a little bit if we manage to steal some decent tech. Well, we'll start on that and I will think about it. All the failures of steel tech are going to be of concern as well. Also, these Onyx Crowmen, well, actually the basic ones aren't costing us that much, so we're probably still okay. You sit there. Does this do anything for us? Corruption -5, campaign line of sight. Tibet has no bonus control out of this, but it is what it is. You need to colonize now. 2.4k. At least this will complete the province. Oh, and the mines muddled will be gone soon. There we go. Sit here, a little bit of military presence for a few seconds, and we will also send the administrator here. You want to upgrade this or this? I mean, we can always come back and upgrade it. It's not like it's super critical. Oh, damn! I was hoping that you could reach Wei Jin in one go, but alas, you cannot. Well, I guess we'll still... It's only 5%. I guess we'll build this up and then build the other stuff there later. And then go immediately into Jade Dragon's Edict. Alright, public order is looking okay there. We got 3 more turns of Confederation. Double check that Diplo again. No trade agreement as yet. Telebeckland wants a non-aggression pact, and frankly doing so will probably make the Empire happier with us. Alright. A little bit of diplomacy and empire building this episode, but it'll be worth it. And every other campaign that I've ended up doing this, it's always been worth it because it kickstarts our economy, kickstarts our campaign in various ways, and then eventually we'll be able to get access to more elite units faster. You, please try to steal tech the first time. What's the chance here? 60, 40, 32, and 8. 60, 40, 32, and 8. The exact same. Alright, we'll start with this then. Please don't fail. It's costing us 400 gold. We need every penny right now. Hey, well done, well done. And I'm going to call you Tech Thief for now until somebody comes up with something better. All right. And we'll probably need additional capacities. Ooh, speaking of, we do need the Gem Cutter's Workshop, which is quite a bit more money. And diplomatic relations with all factions. Ooh, the public order here is not good, though. Well, this guy, this army will... We actually really don't want it to go... Wait, what's it at? 79? You know what? Uncollect the income for a turn. It's worth 1,000 gold to not be as negative as we are right now. Or we let it rebel and do the military crackdown with this army. Also an option. Yeah, fine. Maybe we'll do the military crackdown then. Don't build anything yet. We'll need the Grand Observatory. And, oh, it'll only take 1 turn to build, but we'll need the money to build it, so the administrator needs to get there first, and it'll take him 2 turns to do so. Alright, fine. Military crackdown also then means we can, I guess, turn off the Jade Dragon's Edict for a turn or so. Casualty or punishment rate? Yeah, let's do that. Growth research rate. Well, I'd like that, but yeah, Sea Dragon's Edict for a little bit. And the rest of this is fine. Miao Ying keeps sitting there for a couple more turns. Lanhu is fine. You are fine. We should build you more peasants, but we can't afford them right now. Can't even afford dang peasants. Oh well. Diplomacy we checked, and... Oh, caravan, right. You're going... Oh, wow, you are not going again. You're still damaged because you're not healing. Well, that's a shame. That's a real shame. You're also still damaged, and you're fine. But you have a long way to travel. We visited these 4, right? We did Myrmidons just now, unless I'm mistaken. Meaning, well, you can't go down to Pig Barter. You can travel... What's the next location? You can try going up to Frozen Landing, but this will mean going through... And actually, will this mean going through any territory where there are enemies? Well, frankly, there's basically a red route everywhere here. So we don't really have a choice here. We could try Nuln, though I fear that this army might have a difficult time reaching it. You know, try Frozen Landing. I want to see what's over there. Do we max out the amount of cash? I fear that they'll lose their cargo, but well, I'll give it a shot. 4.3k. Try to survive. Good luck. Get us something good if you survive. Alrighty, and then that's it for this turn, minus the other administrator, but the other administrator doesn't need to move. You are going to reach Wei Jin and then loop back around to Kunlun, and then we'll need to save up money, and then in 3 turns we'll be able to start moving towards Hai Chai. Yeah, the rest is good. Skip, 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 and turn. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. I did forget you, but you're just here to more or less leech XP from Miao Ying, so that's fine. Hopefully we won't need the military presence here shortly, then we'll be able to move right back towards the gates to plug them up in case enemies continue to move down there. And not to worry, we'll be getting battles this episode as well. It's just that, as I said last episode, we've got to do a little bit of admin this time. I'm really glad that the landmark in Wei Jin itself has 10 control, because it makes at least this particular location a lot easier. And wow, immediately. And this is at the start of our journey. We can win this fight, but probably with very severe casualties, so I think we'll destroy the peasant archers instead, as will... This caravan won't be able to heal itself, so just leave it. I'll leave it and continue. As we've seen, yeah, the caravans seem to take a long time to heal. Go figure. Ready for duty, that's great. Right expires, City of Smoke, but it will have to... Oh, I'll have to get back to this. Oh, but because we're low on Dragon's Wrath, we got the upkeep reduction for now, and casualty or punishment rate, which actually works out reasonably well for us, so... Maybe we'll take advantage of that for now. Minus 11, so you're not heading into...
Natural authority.
Yeah, in fact... 0 Dragon's Wrath is quite advantageous, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, anyway, you, Administrator... Oh, I guess you can go right through Asian. Then we were going to build some stuff. This isn't really a priority. We need to first switch you to gem factors. We need to build the spice market here. We've already built the spice market here, so I really wish the conscription field wasn't so expensive. It is bonus control, but tea parlor here, and then I guess here is where we might want to build maybe alchemist capacity. Although we could also wait and do it later. We could also just build this for now and then delete it. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll get the 6th one here, meaning, yeah, we wanna actually do this right now. In fact, wait. I thought we could upgrade this, but we don't have enough cash. Just a little bit short, unless somebody via Diplo wants to give us what we need here. Sterland probably won't be willing to give us enough to make it worth our time. Loose Tooth and... probably don't need to necessarily antagonize the Caravan of Blue Roses, so we'll leave it alone. Let's see if Sterling's willing to give us any cash for this. 24, yeah, no dice. No dice, that's alright, we'll do it next turn then. At least we're making money right now, and our public order is looking pretty okay.
The Bastion requires it.
Despite all this. Alright, fine. Build the tea parlor here for now. And we'll do the same there. And we may as well upgrade the gem factors here, as long as Administrator is still in this province, which he will be, so move down there. I do like the income from buildings plus 14. And wait, this is the same territory? Yes. And then you're headed to Kunlun next. Lovely. Everything else I believe is good. At the very least, I don't believe we need to move anybody. These guys are all good where they are. And continue providing that military presence. And wait, did we get another Gate Master capacity? I think we should have. Baleful. I don't like either of those either. Not too enthused by their traits. We could definitely get at least one Gate Master in Miao Ying's army. Wait, what do they do again? Let's see if there is a use for them in Miao Ying's army. Tactician gives us melee defense, which might help. We Are the Elite gives us bonus armor. Ooh, bonus post-battle loot, though it's not much. But the Retinue Physician certainly seems like it'll be worth our time and effort. The Jade Standard will do nothing for Miao Ying's type of troops, generally speaking. Missile block from Bulwark of the Gate, however, affects allies in range and could be decent. Another with Will of the Dragons, which does increase missile damage. Yeah, it should probably be useful to have at least one of them in her army. Frankly, I assume that Teacher is faction-wide, which would mean then it is probably better in Miao Ying's army. But anyway, we'll deal with that later. Hero not moved. Which, oh right, the Tech Thief man. 50-50 versus... So 50-50. How many turns do you have of this? One more turn, but the... Huh, wait, why did it lower? I thought it was like a trait, a debuff, like guarded or whatever. But I don't see it here anymore. Maybe it's a hidden debuff? Ideally what we want is to be able to bounce between several separate territories, but I don't think we have the option. Don't have a lot of gold, but you gotta give it a try. You got 10% to get wounded. Oh, Nakai. Huh, interesting. Not where I expected you to be. Failure. Unfortunate. And there's Lokir. At least we're keeping an eye on him so we know where he is. Otherwise, we're good to go. End turn. 2 more turns of sitting there, and then we can move once again and start fighting some Dark Elves, plus the little rebellion southward at Kunlun. Though I'm a little bit concerned about the rebellion at Kunlun. Well, hopefully it'll still happen if we move the army in there. Just not into Kunlun itself directly. Alright, these heroes are going to get annoying. But it is what it is, and hello. Oh, we needed this. Definitely the Jade Warrior crossbows. And we've already read that one, so don't need to read it again. -12, a Warhorse for the Caravan. For the Caravan Man. the man with the caravan plan. You. Can we afford what I wanted to do, which was to upgrade this village here? I imagine we can, so do this. And then you're gonna head to Kunlun shortly, whereas you're gonna head to Kunlun right now, and I'm going to hope that it shall not change. Yeah, -9, we're still good. So channel here, get ready to fight. And we got 2 turns, 1 turn left, beautiful.
The Emperor's chosen.
And oh wow, Miao Ying's lost all her mana, but she can regain her mana going to Haichai and then traveling southward. Oh, the guy has taken Chimai. There is also another reason that we want to head southward as fast as possible, and that is this. Li Temple has one of the best landmarks, possibly, arguably the best landmark in the game, depending on if you value Vol's Anvil for the elves more, but +5 control faction-wide is absolutely insane, especially in SFO, and especially for factions that struggle with control. And yeah, we want to get down there, and I'm willing to declare war on pretty much any faction in the entire game, no matter how friendly we are with them, to get that for us. So, gotta keep that in mind. Golden Order, for now, we'll do the trade agreement, because we need every single one, since we're a trading faction. Goldtooth wants a straight-up military alliance, but I think we can wait on that. It's, oh wow, they're struggling against Rajweth a little bit. If they start losing too much territory, we're gonna have to move in to help them. But that might be a good thing while we consolidate, so yeah. Also, I just noticed almost all of the locations where Cathans have their landmarks are all yellow territories, unpleasant. We got unpleasant climate here with a landmark, we got unpleasant climate here with a landmark, and we got unpleasant climate here with a landmark. What the heck? Or at least the good ones. We do have this landmark as well, but it's okay. And of course we have the capital ones, but it's still odd that so many of them happen to be in unpleasant territories. Maybe you don't build landmarks where you don't want to be. Although I suppose if there's special places, they do maybe want to make them a little bit more inaccessible, perhaps. I guess that does make sense to some degree as well. You know what? You can switch back to the Bastion Reinforced, because we want to upgrade these. And gates to tier 4 as fast as possible. Oh, well, it's up to 4,000 gold, but, well, we get a lot of benefits out of them, so yeah. And we'll keep an eye on the new Gate Masters. We got several capacities. Garrison Lord, unassigned skill points, Lord not moved, Imminent Rebellion, yes, and I think that's it, or at the very least, I don't think that I'm forgetting anything. Also, you're supposed to be a Jade Lancer, are you not? Oh, you have to be rank 5. Alright, fine, fair enough. And we got 2 more turns, after which we will switch to Celestial Lake as well. End turn.
Enter.
Greasy.
Nan Gau.
You're willing to give us 1,500 gold for that military alliance. 2,000 gold, in fact. What war could he possibly get us into? The possible problem would be him getting us into a war with the Golden Order. You know what? I think we'll stay with the defensive, at least for now. Later on, probably for the extra allegiance, we will ask him for the military alliance, but right now I think it's more of a hindrance than a help, potentially. Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to have to exterminate the lizards. They're kind of occupying territories that we'll want for ourselves, both Fu Chao and Li Temple, so... It is what it is. We will ally with lizards, just not these lizards, and besides, getting the... I forget what the name is, but Nakai's defeat rate is really good. Base weapon damage plus 20%. That's good for the little rebels. Looks like our caravan got ambushed. We certainly seem to be running into ambushes a lot, considering that I've got the anti-ambush trait on every single caravan master as a priority, but, well, a nice little break in the relative monotony of doing the building and stuff. Go.
Kingdom can stand against Grand Cathay. We are the Dragon's chosen people. Disorder makes them weak.
Alrighty, here we go. Another little caravan battle. Everybody gets a caravan battle, though it looks like, ooh, this army doesn't have too much in the sort of rear of the column, and the Saber-Tusks jump on in very, very quickly. And in fact, it looks like an enemy man-eater unit will charge on in fairly quickly as well, just as we manage to react. Those man-eaters will, I'm sure, trounce at least all those poor peasants, the way the man-eaters pick them up and just smash them to bits, and not in a good way. Damn. Alright, well, the peasants are going to have a bad time here, I'd wager, but we do have the Celestial Dragon Guard here, and I'm sure they can deal with the enemy man-eaters. Otherwise, we got some Nobblers out here fighting the Celestial Dragon Guard and the Jade Warriors. Over in the back line, a unit of Jade Warriors has managed to peel away to deal with the enemy Saber-Tusks, while the various units of range back off to try to not get attacked. Definitely a small battle, as the enemy doesn't have anything resembling a full stack here. Granted, neither do we, as this is a relatively small caravan as well, but, you know. Alrighty, and we continue to watch peasants get obliterated, but hey, this is peasants getting experience, and I'm still excited to find out whether we can, in fact, upgrade units and caravans. We just gotta actually get to the point where we have enough XP on any of the units and caravans. Looks like at last the man-eaters are starting to drop. Once again, gotta remember that the man-eaters have relatively low armor, and thus the Jade Warrior crossbows and the peasant bows alike are dishing out plenty of damage to them. The man-eaters will rout, and as they do, it looks like the Nobblers know that they have little to no chance here, especially fighting the Celestial Dragon Guard, who, while the Nobblers are going to do little enough damage to. Oddly enough, I think we haven't seen pigback riders yet in this particular campaign, and we've encountered ogres a bunch of times. Weird to see the now much inferior regular nobblers compared to the pigback riders. At least in vanilla, I now no longer see the point of this little, the regular unit as opposed to the pigback variant, but anyway. Also, this, unlike the first caravan battle that we got this particular episode, which was in Karazakarek, and we somehow encountered ogres there, this one is in Firemouth, so this one makes a lot more sense. It's a little bit of a shame that there isn't a special map here. I feel like we should be able to see that menacing volcano-like maw in the distance. Gotta give the Firemouth some love. Laneshi giggle. But anyway, the battle is pretty much ours. The enemy lord is shaking the bounce powers at about 95% in our favor, and well, he's still whacking away at the Jade Warriors, also Laneshi giggle, but looks like he's done for. As soon as our range units turn to fire at him, he'll get brought down. You were supposed to fall on cue, buddy. Alright, on cue enough for our purposes. Alright, there we go. Just a tiny battle. You never know whether it's gonna be a big ambush or not, but, well, gotta do what you gotta do. We may want to actually heal here. I'd like the money, but this caravan is very limited. I was also a little bit shocked at how long it took our Jade Warriors and Celestial Dragon Guard to actually hack their way through the enemy Nobblers, but, well, tar pitting is a little bit more effective in SFO due to the inflated unit numbers and all that, and the general battles being longer, so perhaps not so surprising. Venerate, please. Like so, and keep on moving. Alright, so that was the end of the turn. We got the Confederation debuff now done, and there's the Rebellion as well. You are going to sit in Kunlun for a turn or so, and ooh, it is the Savage Orcs, and they even got some big uns, but we do want to allow this to build up. You want to travel through Kunlun, but not so close that... Okay, wait, is this... No, this is City of the Shogungan. Right here. Ice Court and Ropsman clan of Confederated. Schemes of Doom everywhere. Wisnan and Nuln Confederated. Ready for duty. Good for them, but we're not. We're saving cash right now. Next up we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About to be 6. Get the, I don't know, conscription field for a little bit of, well, Tea parlor? Maybe tea parlor. Whatever. We'll do that for now, and then you can... I wanted to move you here in order to upgrade this, but... It's a likelihood... Well, actually, I don't think they can get around this, can they? Hope not. It'd be a shame to lose the administrator and all the items that he has. Go right there. And then we can't afford this right now, but we can afford the gem cutter's workshop. Oh, we could reduce the time it takes to build it by 1, but then we don't actually gain anything because it'll take a turn to do it. So yeah, start building the gem cutter's workshop. We got the tech thief to move back to Jiangxi, up to 53 now. And we'll see whether these two come into contact. Another failure, dude, please, please, specialist. Yeah, we're really gonna need that tech. Anyway, Miao Ying. Sit here for, wait, maybe one more turn and get ready to move, or are you good? This is... Actually, I think you're good. Start channeling, move to the edge of this territory. And then you're gonna follow. Alright, I'm going to assume that the gate is safe, Pome. We will continue buffing up the public order here. Frankly, we'll leave some of our locations right now just generating public order instead of collecting money. I'll let them go up a little bit because we do get bonus income and bonus tariffs from all of that. And how have you not killed off Clan Krizor? I have a feeling they're going to attack us again. You know what? Maybe we'll send this army down there. Plokir continues dealing with the Dark Elves. We need somebody to wipe this out. It's just going to be a hassle if they attack us again, because we'll have to counteract it. Anyway, I believe that's it. I want to double check another one of the gate masters. What do we have here? Control 2, ambush success chance, nothing useful. And these guys haven't changed, and I don't think we can afford to mill them right now. So skip, building upgrade, outpost available, land. One more turn and then we switch to Celestial Lake. It'll be unfortunate to lose the defensive supplies plus 3,000, but I'm just going to assume that at tier 3 that the gates will all be able to hold. It's pretty much a full stack of Jade Warriors of all kinds, and that should be more than enough to deal with any AI-brought armies. The other issue will be this, Great Bastion -5 per turn. We will lose that and the Ancestral Warriors, but it is what it is. I think we can always switch back, but I think we need to start with the control and then move on to it. We are looking to grow our empire right now, after all. Playing with a purpose, objective gaming and all that. Well, actually, I'm kind of ignoring the objectives right now. But it's with a mind to the future, rather than sort of any immediate reward. Alright, looking good. And what do we have here? Replenish our forces, or get more cargo. Somebody pointed out in the comments, and... Oh, whoa. Yeah, this is also casualty punishment in... 200 cargo. This army isn't really damaged. I'm gonna take the risk. Take the spice barrels. Yeah, somebody pointed out you can go over the amount, which is great. Alrighty, and Wuxing Compass, you're back up and running. We're gonna swap you here now. Income from all buildings plus 25%. We certainly needed it. Got ourselves a nice forest cloak, or maybe not so nice. It's not a great item, but it is what it is. Miao Ying, how much would it be worth to you to raid? 348, eh? You could sit here and raid for a little bit, instead of directly attacking them. Lokir will still be contending with Nakai for a while. I'd really actually prefer that he win his fight against him, because that way we wouldn't have to declare war on Nakai to take Lead Temple. I mean, I suppose we could technically... Oh wait, can you even trade settlements with these guys? Yeah, you can. You can. We're not gonna, I mean, obviously we're not gonna trade those. Military crackdown. Oh, we're good. We're good to fight this. Lovely. So we'll do that in a second, but first we will build up the, unless there's bonuses from killing you. I don't think that there is, but we might as well check it out. Get 1 point in Wall of Wind and Fire. Frankly, I'm inclined to say get 2 points in Wall of Wind and Fire because it's such a nice spell. Yeah, we'll do Wall of Wind and Fire, Dragon's Breath, and Strength of Yang, and max them both out, ignore the rest, and then start moving into Unyielding to start buffing up those Jade Warriors. We can upgrade you two into Jade Warriors as well. You will cost 400 gold to do, each, I believe. But you may as well. This is the Jade Warrior army, and it should be pretty Jade Warrior-centric, wouldn't you say, even at the cost of 800 gold? Alright, so that's good. I want to double-check the Gate Masters yet again. It's still baleful, and we're up to 2 out of 5 now. Alright, get more of those Gate Masters in there. And I guess this will be their debut as well. We really need those Astromancers as well. And, oh, you can now switch back to the Jade Dragon's Edict, although you'll be damaged here. Oh, actually, yeah, you know what? Stay in Sea Dragon's Edict for one more turn, because we now won't replenish a lot. Well, actually, no, we still have a few turns until this goes away. Actually, so yeah, then we can switch. Go to the Jade Dragon's Edict and get your debut fight. Oh, we can actually give you some items, because we know that you're going to stick around as an actual lord. The Dragon-Blooded Shugans don't have a crazy amount of armor. Let's give you the armor of Silvers, and you know what? Laminate Shield. Pretty solid. Forest Cloak, Obsidian Amulet, Jet... Ooh, we got some stuff. I forgot about this. Fuse. Sword of Strife, not bad. Take it. Iron Curse Icon, Astromancer Spyglass is fantastic. It's faction-wide. Let's go for Opal Amulet. Don't care for the Wyvern Bow, and I think there's nothing else that we can give you. The Anchor Chain... I mean, we could give it to you. It seems like a lord, like a legendary lord type of item. But I guess somebody has to use it for now, so yeah, I might as well take it. The melee attack is low enough, I think, that we'll actually prefer Sword of Strife to Giant Blade in this particular situation. And... wait. One of the Caravan Lords has a Fencer's Blades? No. Caravan Lords definitely don't need that. Oh, now I'm actually thinking, do the Caravan Lords have any other items or ancillaries that we need to not let them be keeping? Grant of Land, that's Administrator, Jade Sculptor. I don't think so. Alright, also you need Swordmaster. Oh, I should have given you that earlier, way earlier. What is this? Banner of Feng Shi gives us leadership and immunity to psychology, which, unless I'm mistaken, Frenzy will already give you, will it not? Yeah, it'll give you immunity to psychology. As long as your HP is high. And then we'll give you the Razor Standard, which should work nicely here, and I believe that's it. I mean, I guess we could take the Standard of Discipline, because nobody else is using it. Alright, go fight. Fight your first fight. Fight to fight, fight to win. You go here. Standard of Discipline on you directly, and actually, you know what? No, these guys maybe will get some use out of it. Go.
Cathay prospers always. Today is no different. Fight for order and harmony.
Alrighty, I was expecting to use our cav here, but unfortunately, well, I should have remembered this, that Kunlun is up in the mountains, and the battle around Kunlun is this map. It's this mountain pass map that we saw the other episode. So yeah, we're gonna fight here. It is a fantastic looking map, though. I think it might be my favorite of the choke point battles, just because with all this entire battlefield nestled within the mountains as it is. We got all these buildings up above, and it's a pretty cool choke point as well, narrowing right in the center like this, but the entire battle is almost choke point to the level of an underway battle. Anyway, we're gonna start the battle up by getting a wall of wind and fire through the enemy lines, and by the looks of it, taking about half HP off 2 of the enemy units of Savage Orcs that get hit. And I kind of missed it while I was gushing about this map, but we'll I'm sure we'll cast another wall of wind and fire through the enemy, and this one is in fact still going. The enemy is kind of weirdly deployed, and maybe if I had aimed that better, or if it hadn't veered away, it would have continued going through the enemy, though to some degree, I suppose it still is. Anyway, we are blobbed up at the choke point now, with 3 of our units of Jade Warriors holding, well, the choke point, and getting ready to move our Nan Gau Grenadiers in to chuck their grenades over their heads and into the blob of greenskins behind them. Of course, the greenskins will fire away at us with some of those arrow boys, but there we go. This particular opponent and this particular map is kind of ideal for the Nan Gau Grenadiers, as the enemy will continue blobbing up more and more, and the Grenadiers will continue to dish out more damage. I don't think I expected the Grenadiers to be as extremely useful as they turned out to be when they were announced, but I'm pretty darn happy. We've gotten a lot of mileage out of them already. Anyway, we got a nice little bit of elevation here, which is why we deployed with the Jade Warriors behind it, or in front of it rather, so that the Iron Hail Gunners can fire over their heads into the blob, and there we go. The Nan Gau Grenadiers, the Iron Hail Gunners, and the Wall of Wind and Fire through the droves of greenskins. It's a good time. Not for the greenskins, perhaps, but certainly. And you gotta love this particular spell. It's so low cost for how good it is. It's such a huge area denial. Anyway, the Iron Hail Gunners continue menacing those greenskins. The grenades keep falling amongst their ranks, and them being Savage Orcs, physical resistance or not, I think we've already seen with Miao Ying's army that it just isn't enough. Granted, several of our units of Jade Warriors have taken damage, and this one has lost about 20 units and 30% of its HP, and as such backing off. But there's no way that the enemy will be able to break through our lines here. We have been forced to send one unit off, and we still have 2 to 3 fighting and several in reserve. The enemy, however, does hit back using a Gaze of Mork and smashing, which smashes right into one of our units of Iron Hail Gunners and takes half of their HP and 40 of their units, which you gotta admit is pretty good for 6 mana from that Gaze of Mork. So well done to the enemy. I guess it is the danger of being situated up on a hill in the way that the Iron Hail Gunners were. Silhouetted up against a hill like that, it's just asking to get sniped, isn't it? Anyway, with that, the enemy army is severely damaged. We continue advancing forward through the choke point. Man, this is a gorgeous map, isn't it? Hopefully we'll get to encounter it again. I hope that Kunlun isn't the only place on the map where this particular choke point map is used. At least we got to enjoy it twice. Anyway, we move forward, and it looks like the enemy will hit us with... Actually, not sure what that was. Was that a Brain Buster? Yeah, it was a Brain Burster. Which is for 8 mana and does a decent bit of damage. The enemy lord has 43 kills, 40 of which were our Iron Hail Gunners, and 10,000 damage all told, which admittedly is pretty good. Anyway, we've decided to charge our Peasant Horses and our Jade Lancers forth as the battle is pretty much ours. In fact, just as they charge, the enemy lord will shatter and give the battle to us. All right, lovely. Ooh, I do love seeing the piles of cav charge down this sort of valley, though. It's definitely giving me Bretonnia vibes. All those incredible charges in the Lewin campaign. I'd like to think that it was the insane cavalry charges through the undead that we got in that campaign that made that, I think, the second most popular campaign on this channel. But anyway, I'd love to reproduce it here, so we're going to, we're definitely going to build at least one cavalry heavy army and see what heights we can take Longma and Jade Lancers and such. Stay tuned. Alright, there we go. Nice little fight. I was admittedly expecting a little bit more work for our various cav units, but we got that choke point battle in Kunlun again, so it is what it is. Got 2,000 gold for our trouble, though, and that's pretty solid, so we'll take that and then hunt the enemy down. Gonna have to auto-resolve them again, which will probably be a little bit more damage, but all good, hopefully. And really... Peasant Horses. Damn you, Peasant Horses. Alright, we're gonna have to manually fight this real quick. I can't... auto-resolve. Well, I get it that they're Peasant Horses and they're facing off against Boar Boys, presumably, being the fastest unit in the battle, but come on. Being silly. They don't even have a lord with them. But anyway, maybe it'll be a little bit of extra XP for our Peasant Horses. We really need to level them up anyway, so that they can become the... Jade Lancers. Alright, we will move you behind them. You and you will sit back here. You guys can move forward. And I don't care. Okay, whatever. Start battle. Are the enemy going to move by themselves? They are not. Alright, fine. Go forward. Go forward then. And I forgot that you should be moving as well, and then we'll speed this up to max. You rush ahead and then get at least one of your walls of wind and fire going to... Oh, okay, whatever. That's what I get for rushing it. Okay. That's what happens when I play on max speed. Alright, you guys get ready to gun those down. In fact, you fire at the trolls, and you get ready to move behind them. Jade Warriors, good. And I'll speed this back up to max, and then promptly regret it immediately as well in a second. Alrighty, now you guys fire. Oh, no, turn that off. Turn that off. Alright, and oh, Grenadiers. Okay. Oh, actually, that wasn't too bad. Minimal damage to ourselves. You guys can go into melee and then attack those trolls as well. Grenadiers, why are you still firing at that? I told you to fire at this. Or did I? Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Alright, and then we can send in the Lancers and then send in the Peasant Horses. Everything here should be destroyed shortly. Grenadiers, stop firing now. In fact, debuff the last units still fighting. And there we go, you guys fire away and get the charge in and stop firing, and there we go. And does chasing them down give us better XP on these guys? I don't know, but they'll do it. Like so, like so. Yeah, a little bit of friendly fire damage, but that's been happening. It is what it is. Me trying to max speed this didn't help, but also the auto-resolve being obnoxious didn't help either, so... Alright, and chase them all down, Kev. Get a little bit of XP if you can. And this massive blob of Kev. The army is destroyed anyway. So I don't think it matters, but just in case. Alright. Because I'm pretty sure you can you get like a purveyor rank, like your units will get promoted on the battlefield while fighting, as in get higher veterancy, so... Presumably that they get directly from kills on the battlefield rather than in post-battle. Either way, just gotta reach them to tier 5 so that they can become Jade Lancers. Alright, and once again, this is gonna be a melee army, not... these guys are just here temporarily. We will take the... I'll take the money again. Using it to build our econ. Alright, and you are looking good. You can, I guess, sit in Kunlun for a turn, so go right there. Gambler's Armor, not a bad pickup either. Character experience gain plus 10%. I like it, but I like it for Miao Ying and not for you. I forgot what that was called. Water Snake Breeder. Character, I assume that counts Lords, or at least I hope that it does. Guess we'll find out. Anyway, Miao Ying... How many turns do we need to move out there? Well, assuming that we don't send you, we'll send you down to Clan Krizor. I'll think about it. Anyway, I guess we have money to actually build stuff now, and okay, I gotta not forget to thief some tech, because you have... Hey, research rate plus 5, Scrivener carried out a successful hero action against the settlement. That's all we gotta do for that. Lovely. Time to build this now. Grand Observatory. You're in this territory, right? Yes. Alright, build that Grand Observatory, which will now take 2 turns, but it'll take a turn to switch, so we get nothing anyway, so we might as well start on it. 2 more Astromancers, and I think we're going to use all the Astromancers as tech thieves immediately as well, just because we need to. While we're here, we may as well upgrade Jadewind Mountain as well to upgrade the Tusk Market here. This is one of our bigger money-making territories after all, so we may as well use it as such. And the rest of this... I think there's nothing critical. Yeah, sure, we can upgrade some of these, but right now we're mostly using them to get the Yin Harmony up and running and not anything else. 3 more turns. We've been waiting for this one. Temple of Jade-Blooded Sorcerers for what feels like forever. You're still in a good place. And everything else is fine as it is. We do want to upgrade this, so we will probably want to move the Administrator through this territory and down to the Warpstone Desert. Hopefully it doesn't get immediately killed. And then we'll probably want to march back to the Imperial Road after. I probably should have upgraded that Eastern Bazaar. I mean, I guess we could upgrade it without this guy there, so yeah. It's more econ stuff, so it'll still be worth it. Otherwise, skip, and income from cities, more money, good.
Shameless absurdity.
Gonna have to also take a look at what's going on north of the Bastion there as well. As it could be concerned. Whoa! The western provinces have wiped out Clan Krizor, and we were just gonna march down there. Alright, another change of plans. Gotta roll with the punches. And that means Zhu Zhao will move southward in anticipation of Lo Kirfel hard attacking, while we prepare Miao Ying to hit their capital. And it probably means we will be fighting the Lizardmen, but once again, we have to have that particular location. Well done. Xiao Meng actually did something. It took you long enough. 8 technologies, Talisman of Preservation, and now researching Yin Hex. Now that's a question. Do we keep going through this, or... I mean, yeah, keep going through it for now. I still really want Contained Aggression, though. 14 turns. We will take advantage of this much faster. Alright, one more turn, and we'll start getting more necromancers. I always have undead on the mind, but, we could also start annoying the lizards if we wanted to. 59, give it a try. Success! Well done, Tech Thief. That's 2 in a row. 2 in a row. Specialist again. I should also double check whether this guy has anything that will enable his... Your action success chance here, so we can go through We Are the Elite, and then get that right after Specialist, rather than getting more points in Tech Thievery. Yes, alright, that looks good. Miao Ying, are you able to reach Beidshai in 1 bound? You are not.
Only of the Great Bastion.
Keep raiding. Or you know what, actually, you're gonna channel this turn rather than raiding. And you're gonna channel as well, just in case you need to be the aggressor. Hello! What is this? Kazag, Warriors of... Where the heck did you come from? Huh.
Warden of the
That's
Great
kind of concerning. You're gonna go here. Is this a rebellious faction? How's this here? Wait, isn't that these guys? How'd you get here? You aren't supposed to be able to move south. You're not supposed to be able to, you know, bypass the Bastion. Huh. Well, hopefully it can't reach City of Shogungan, because that'll be disappointing and not great for us. You know what? You could take the turn and make sure that this is defended, because what the heck? Hopefully it doesn't try to bypass you and then go to Jadewind Mountain then, which is also a distinct possibility, but we'll just have to wait and see. Stay in Shingpo for now, and then upgrade the town here. May as well keep this money-making territory making money, as it does, and then keep moving southward. Otherwise, I just want to make sure that we check the Gate Masters again. But no decent ones have come up. I would like to take a look at you guys as well. We need to get to rank 12 for them to get a lot of stuff. Well, let's get you... Well, I guess we'll start with the Tactician. And what about you? Wait, you already have points in something, don't you? Training. Okay, good for you. And then you have Will of the Dragons and Tactician as well. Start with the passives, move on to other stuff after. You... We'll want to max out... Well, let's get Strength of Yang as well. It is 20 seconds worth of additional damage. On the melee units as well, which also works out quite nicely.
It is mine by blood.
And oh, I feel like I haven't checked the Lords in a while. Anything interesting? I do like that Sky Lantern one, and we will definitely do that, but right now it's not needed. Another Guardian. I also like the Farsighted one, and I also like this one, the Jade Shield, the cheap Jade Shield. There's some really nice ones. Yeah, just gonna have to figure out how we build armies around them. Casualty or punishment rate. I do like that as well. Anyway, Pome. Public order is still rising. Good. And 2 more turns. Skip the outpost. Let's double check Diplo. It's been a couple turns. And the Chosen. I'll ignore you. Spirit of the Jungle want to be friends, but you have territory that we can't have you having. I think we'll do the defensive alliance with the Western provinces. I want a vision of what's going on down here. So Jiaoming will prove useful. Do we go for that military alliance with Gold 2000 yet? I think no, and otherwise we can ignore the rest of this. How's our caravan? 2 turns. I really want that alliance with the Empire, because there's some nice units, and you need to level up. Oh, I see yours. Oh, that's why you got ambushed. I forgot to get you... Huh? What? I need... Oh, you were a confederated caravan. That's why. Well, darn. You know, it's still gonna go Wayfinders. Would really need points in hidden stores. I really didn't realize that this guy was a confederated caravan. Go figure. Oh, good for him. Anyway, we also got some items, so Miao Ying, you're definitely going to lose the Jade Amulet and take the Talisman of Preservation. You've been suffering tons of damage. You're going to lose the Obsidian Lodestone, and you're going to make use of the Jade Amulet. Keep the Armor of Silvered Steel as well. Any new items that we want to transfer? Not enough to transform into anything, so I think we'll leave them as they are. And otherwise, good to go to end the turn. Yes, yes. Alright, let's see where Lothar goes. Hopefully we can hunt him down, but otherwise get a move on to start attacking the Blessed Dread. They look to be struggling with the lizards, and it feels like we should take the opportunity to capitalize on that. Alright, I'd love to get to about 10,000 gold per turn. That would be fantastic. Who are you and what do you want? Military access. I wish I knew how many territories you had. Alright, we'll do this. They're allied with other Cathayans. Frankly, we could probably confederate them, depending. Give us your money, give us your accesses, and maybe we'll even get vision with you later. I really do like the additional territory added by Immortal Empires Expanded. I think we'll have a pretty cool Cathayan Empire over the course of the campaign. Free Hunter. As a caravan comes to a halt for the night, a stranger... Wow, it's the same exact thing as the Dragon Slayers. Yeah, sure. Maybe you'll be of some use to us. Ally begins outpost, lose 2 destroyed. We were trading with them, so shame that, I suppose. And yeah, no landmarks here. And yes, there is a mod that would have added, I think, some landmarks there. The reason I didn't get it was because some of them felt really, really overpowered, and I frankly don't think we needed any more. Alright, so we do want to prioritize upgrading the Tusk compound. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, meaning... what we could also do is start switching these to the other version because it gives us more public order as long as we build the correct stuff elsewhere. Public order versus growth. It is also growth for all provinces. Yeah, we'll do the tea parlor here. Yeah, we'll do the tea parlor here. And then here we'll do... I mean, I guess... Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7. So 1 can be counteracted, so you can build 1 conscription office here. And yes, we could do military structures instead for even more gate masters, but I think we'll forego it for now because we need to max out this territory, and then later on, once our public order is in better shape, then if we need to delete some stuff or whatever, we'll do so. Alright, so you're good there. You will now head to Taitsu, and I guess sit in the territory. So glad that these guys actually managed to get to Clan Krizor. And let's upgrade Shangyang. With the money that we made. Beautiful. How are the Bastion gates looking? We do still want to upgrade those, and admittedly they are cheap to do. Oh right, we really want to upgrade this powder magazine. I want the crane gunners operational for when we fight the Blessed Dread, which is pretty much now. It's... Okay, wait, we need to find that little chaos faction. The problem is this, there's an army here, and if we don't have the defenses of this army, then they'll move down there. Let's see. Go here. Ah, there they are. Go into regular stance. Can you catch them? Just out of range, and they're probably headed to Jadewind Mountain, aren't they? Can you defend it? Not against aspiring champions, I'd wager. Well, you were headed down this way anyway, so keep on heading down this way. Oh, what we can do is summon a temporary lord, and then no matter where this guy goes, we should be able to go after him. Ooh, ammunition for firing rockets. I wish it was enable flaming attacks for the entire army, because that would be nice. So, not an uninteresting one. Warded, which one of these wants XP? Frankly, both of them could use it. This is, I believe, a stolen lord. Let's get this one. Cathay Stalwart will definitely be using you, and I don't particularly like either one of these Celestial Generals. We can also see that the Lords are becoming more and more expensive as the turns go on, which is what I was afraid of, but it is what it is. Cathay Stalwart. Alright, you sit here, and I'm just gonna really hope that this guy can't actually reach Jadewind Mountain in one go. Because if he can, it's not great for us. Tech Thief, did I forget you last turn? I don't know. But you will thief some tech. Go. And you will succeed again. Well done, sir. And this is now complete, meaning we can get more tech thieves up and running. We could send some of them up north as well. To annoy Zatan, or even keep an eye on these guys. Or check out the place up there. We could also scout these guys, but they're actually not super hateful of us right now. You know, let's do one here. Astrom. Oh, we don't have the money. Oh! Construction cost minus 10%. Oh, that's actually really solid. I would actually like to get the money to get this guy right now. Let's check Diplo real quick. Sterling, still somehow alive and really want to be friends. Give us your money. Just for that non-aggression pack before you die. And we'll ignore the lizards. Sorry, lizards. And otherwise, we're good. Alright, next we'll get that, that hero. We can't build them here, can we? No. Wait, is it local region? No, it's just a recruit rank plus 8. Oh, that's fantastic. It's bloody fantastic. In fact, even though this guy's been doing good, should we delete him and replace him with a level 8 one? Means to be seen. Alright, well, you're gonna march down to Fu Chao from here, so start with you, sir. And you're also gonna be a tech thief. Good. This is going to pay dividends. It is going to be a fair bit of an investment, but it is absolutely going to be worth it. Specialist into we are the elite. Yeah, hero action success chance. 1, 2, 3, and then start going through steel tech. Lovely. Oh, these guys get great moonbirds as mounts now? Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I wanted these in several armies. Oh man, I'm excited. All right. This is why we're growing the empire, because we need the we need these other units. It's all coming together. Public order is rising everywhere. You are good. We upgraded the thing here at Shangyang, which also needs to get to tier 5, but well. If we take a few turns to do this like this, it's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can now switch to Shrine of Yen. I believe you can also collect income. It's a little bit of a loss, but it's not huge. Okay, this one can stay non-collecting. I think it's just the one not collecting now, yeah, and that's Nan Gau, so that's appropriate. Here's some Lord unassigned skill points, building upgrade available, Lord not moved. Oh, right, these guys. We have to wait for one more turn, so keep channeling. I imagine you won't be able to take both locations, but, you know, you channeling for an extra few turns isn't too bad.
I stand apart.
Yeah. And, oh, Hai Chai just went up to tier 4, which is good, so we could take it at tier 3. Who's across the water from us? Warriors of Chaos, eh? We could actually... I wonder how many territories are up here. Decent amount... Oh, wait, do they go up like this, or... Huh. I wonder how much territory up here is Chaos Waste, and how much is not. Because this is still green territory. Well, I'm interested to see, because I haven't as much experience with this map as yet. Anyway, end of turn for now. We'll see where Lothar goes, chase him down, move to intercept any potentially reacting armies of the Dark Elves, and otherwise begin our attack on the Blessed Dread. Most likely we'll have to have a peasant army sit here in Hai Chai in anticipation of attacks from the forces of Chaos here. And of course we'll continue keeping an eye on the Bastion, but I once again really doubt that anybody's going to be able to breach it, at least for now. At least until we get those special big spawning armies, where we get massive hordes of enemies. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting that. Pyrrhic victory, eh? I mean, you do have aspiring champions, but we should be able to knock him out with the Iron Hail Gun. Oh, sure, why not? Fight it.
The blood of dragons courses through my veins. I will lead us to victory.
Alrighty, here we go, and once again, Cathay and maps. Alright, and just as nice as Darklands maps. Anyway, here we go. Unlike the previous battle with this army, we actually will get a chance to use our cav, and you may notice that the peasant horses are not with the rest of our army. 2 of them were deployed in the forest here, 2 of them deployed in the forest here, and they will loop around these as a sort of, I don't know, crevasses, or I don't know, not really, I don't know, some kind of pit. Yeah, anyway, they'll loop around those and hit the enemy army in the back, while the rest of the enemy army, the Chaos Warriors, or rather the Marauders, approach. They'll have to take a fair few shots from those Iron Hail Gunners as they do, and then the Grenadiers will help out. But of course, our Jade Warriors in this army are a lot more fighty than in the other army, 49-52 so far in terms of their stats, and should the enemy be able to just sort of rush through the gaps in their lines, we can back off, as we did hold 2 units of Jade Warriors in reserve, as well as our Jade Lancers behind our army. The horses have arrived over on the right flank, and over on the left, the enemy Marauder horses got caught by Jade Lancers and by Peasant horses, and promptly torn apart. Lovely. Too bad that the Frenzy buff doesn't apply to the Jade Lancers. They could really use it because they have surprisingly low melee attack and are very charge reliant, as we discussed previously. Not to worry though, the Peasant Horses will serve as well, and they'll charge right into the back of the enemy army. Get that Heaven's Flash ability down on the Marauders, but more importantly the Aspiring Champions, which frankly by and large we're going to have to ignore here. They will cut their way through those Jade Warriors like nobody's business. Frankly, they'll probably cut their way through pretty much anything in this army like nobody's business, so we're just going to have to hold ground as best we can while we kill off the rest of the army. And I love that we now have a decent pile of cav in an army, because I do love cav units. Having many options for cav is one of the many reasons I love playing vampire counts as well. As I've said many a time before, Hex Wraiths being my favorite unit of the game, but, you know, Blood Knights are pretty close as well. But anyway, we got plenty of cav to be playing around with, and very different cav in the form of the Jade Lancers, and a long way at least. Of course, the light cav of the Peasant Horses aren't going to be too useful. In fact, they're just riding around here trying to gather enough XP to level up to Jade Lancers. Well, fortunately though, they'll move quickly, and they'll hopefully run down the Chaos Trolls there. Enemy Lord has been in the duel with our Dragon-Blooded Shugengun for a while now, and we've now surrounded those Aspiring Champions, yeah, there's no bringing them down, at least not quickly. They have shed about 15% of their HP, and I'd wager a lot of that is not so much from the Jade Warriors attacking them, but the Gate Master who is commanding them. Oh, I like those triple plumes on the helmet of the Gate Master, though. Looks fantastic. We'll see these guys fight a little bit more as we go on. Anyway, he'll continue attacking the Aspiring Champions, but more likely than not, as we've seen before, it'll be us relying on shattering the rest of the army in order to get those Jade Warriors gone, or Jade Warriors, Aspiring Champions gone. And speaking of shattering, we're going to charge right into the backs of this Marauder unit that was pinned against the formation of Jade Warriors. Going to be a lot of back pain from that. Hashtag too real. It does look like the enemy has brought some trolls to help out the Marauders, but then, similar to what the trolls did, we'll charge into their back once again with more Peasant Horses, and the purpose isn't even to do damage, but to cause the morale shock, as trolls, even with the AI buffs, have very low leadership and will shatter rather quickly, and will shatter rather quickly as well, forcing the Aspiring Champions to shatter as well. And we did send both Gate Masters to deal with them. Lovely. A nice little fight. Once again, I'm actually surprised that the AI actually attempted this, but pleasantly surprised. So, good on the Kazakh. It's Kazakh, right? I think it is. I'm just going to assume it is. Alright, nice. Nice little unexpected random fight that we got. Maybe these guys were trapped on the other side of the wall, which is why they, what they went maybe through with the breach rather than somehow magically sailing down here, and then that's why. But anyway, pardon the captives, also Aspiring Champions certainly took a long time to bring them down with what we got. We got like no armor piercing here, at least in melee, at least so far. Pardon captives for the cash. And, oh, wait, we're about to lose a lot of money, aren't we? Soon. We're down, okay, we're down to -2 upkeep rather than what we started with. Hey, standard of Nan Gau, range plus 20% in ammunition. A long way around. And, oh, that completed the caravan. Good job. I wasn't expecting that one to work. And we also got a Frostworm Skull. Attribute Vanguard deployment and missile resistance for entire army. That's kind of interesting. You're not keeping that, neither are you keeping the standard of Nan Gau. What was this? Height of the Uttermost Airs. Causes damage to combatants, affects up to 10 entities, affects units of flying. Oh, so it's an air superiority item, which is actually kind of interesting since we'll be looking to build an air army. Oh yeah, Cathay is one of the factions where you can build a full all-air army, so that'll be pretty nice. Is this another? Okay, no, these guys are coming from somewhere. They can't... Right? Again, maybe they own a territory? What the heck? Where'd you come from? Rude. I got distracted by that, but Miao Ying. Okay, so... We can lose... Okay, I guess lose the Scarecrow banner. We definitely want you to get the Standard of Nan Gau, and we also want the Shield of Nan Gau. Oh, but if we put it on the same character, we probably wouldn't be using it here, because you have to use your... Man, she has a lot of good items, but anyway. We'll do that. We don't have the Shield of Nan Gau, right? I don't think we do. And we gotta figure out where to put that as well. Anyway, you, for now, rather than the armor of silvered steel, will use the Frostworm Skull. Actually, I don't know whether this will work or it has to be on a Lord. So currently you have no missile resistance. Let's give you the Frostworm Skull. And now you have... Nah, still no missile resistance. I'm gonna double check. It sometimes takes a bit to update, like you have to move your army, but if that is indeed the case, then we'll have to probably give it to a magistrate or somebody. Which would make sense, but, you know, just had to check. And, oh, you would be able to reach this in one go if we wanted to. But then this guy will immediately move, and then neither of these will be able to defend themselves, so I think not. You're gonna go to Jadewood Mountain instead. You... I guess you can leech XP. And then you're gonna head down here. I guess to steal from Jianxi. You've got 3 turns. I guess steal from one more, and then you can move afterwards. Another success. Well done, Tech Thief. I'm glad I didn't delete you. Alright, and we'll increase all of the Tech Thieves' successes more. Only plus 121, but we should be able to get it up to 200 relatively quickly once we get up to Contained Aggression. Good. Next, we will want another one of these guys. Artful Caster. I don't like the Zinj Corruption, though. I mean, they won't be in our own territory, so I guess it won't matter much, but... we probably should just get them on field as fast as possible, so yeah. What do we have here? Dragon Acolyte. Character experience gain plus 10% and then heroic killing blow. Make you a little bit more fighty. I would like to see what other traits these guys have, but yeah. Alright, fine. We'll get the Artful Caster one and then we'll send them north into the Chaos Waste. I guess it's a decent place for them to be at. Now, the other option would be to summon them here and then send them this way and keep an eye on what's going on up here before moving northward that way. Which is also a decent option. Yeah, fine, we will do that. We can send the next one up this way. Artful Caster. And hopefully not too much Ancient Corruption. Obviously Specialist into Blessing of Knowledge for that hero action success chance, and then at least 1 point in Steel Tech. Lovely. They're all going to be costly, but it's a cost we are certainly willing to pay. I think one more turn before we move, because we have to be ready to hit this army. And oh, you have a solid garrison. In fact... And that's a question. Where will this army move? We'll sit here, but then... Because unfortunately, this army won't be able to take Jianxi because Dark Elf garrisons are, I don't know, possibly the strongest garrisons in the game. We'll have to try to bait this army out here. Maybe we could do that with this lord. Yeah. Alright, so we'll do that next turn then. One more turn, Miao Ying, sorry. We will, however, auto-resolve this and just pray that it doesn't do enough damage to screw us over too hard. Huh. Actually, funnily enough, are these guys at peace? They are at peace. If we were to declare war right now, what we could do is draw out the garrison. Which would be fun.
The majestic defender.
It's tactically not the most sound move, because we could obviously take this with decent ease, and we won't be able to catch and kill all the armies. Fun battle. Why do I do this to myself? We're gonna do it. I mean, we've been waiting. We've been waiting for a good fight this particular episode, haven't we? Should we start moving through We Are the Elite? Maybe not. We don't need really movement range. We could finally give you guys your shields. You know, we do have the money. Let's give you 2 your shields at last. It's time to upgrade. Shields for you 2. Like so, and... Oh, it wasn't as horrific about our movement as I thought it would be. You 2 are not ready to upgrade. You need to be rank 3. You 2... Oh, right. That reminds me. You. Oh, wow, it's gonna take a while. Because Bastion Reinforced is what's doing that. I wanted to upgrade this in order to finally upgrade those guys into Crane Gunners. And, oh, we can upgrade this as well. Although I guess we could wait the turn until the Administrator is there, or No, yeah, we'll have to wait at least one turn. Fine, fair enough, we can wait the turn, and we have to upgrade Shangyang anyway, so yeah. Go here all the way to the edge of the Shrine of the Alchemist, we'll wait that turn. It'll probably take you too long to get up here, so I think we'll start upgrading this. Frankly, we're most likely going to delete this later, but I want at least one thing to have the upgrade available for the crane gunners so that we can build them. Somebody in the Kislev campaign suggested that we essentially self-impose a thing where we can't actually build the units or upgrade units until we actually have the building that allows us to build them, which we, at the current time, at least right now, do not. Ah, look at all that control. I can't finish a thought. Everybody else is fine where they are. Administrator, you're stuck where you are. Not gaining any XP, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We're about to strike. You sit there, keep making good use of that military presence of yours. Now, you are currently at war with Nakai. How much will Nakai give us to join this war? Before we also kill him, sorry, Nakai. Blessed Dread will 6.5. Oh, we could actually get a defensive alliance. Ah, man. I feel bad. I love Nakai, but he has to have lead temple. And there's a very solid likelihood that they just plain won't trade. Plus, we'll be competing with them for territory. I'm gonna say no on the alliance. If anybody has any ideas how we can make it happen, let me know, but otherwise I think it's probably not gonna happen. So, oh, talked to the wrong unit. We have to directly talk to Nakai, who I've lost sight of. Okay, fine. Lizards. Oh, we might as well check diplomacy as well while we're here. There's Nakai. And nobody wants to trade or anything interesting anyway. Wait. Oh, right, the Chosen are a Cathay faction. Ha, that want to confederate right now. Oh, but we just fixed our public order. Game. It would give us 3 territories up here that we wouldn't have to deal with, I guess. And vision of what the heck is going on up here. Man. We can push through it, minus this location, which will start dropping again. It's not horrific, though. Or we should do it, shouldn't we? Fine. Most likely these guys will immediately declare war on us if we do, though, because we currently have no diplomatic contact, and these guys are fighting them. Oh, and there's another issue. You know what? No, you know what? Maybe we're gonna wait a turn. I just realized something, because then these guys will probably sail out of Fuchao and attack them. Although I suppose if they have an army, we could make use of that as well. Well, let's just hope that they're still going to be willing to confederate next turn, because I think we want to wait the turn, potentially. It would be pointless to take those territories and then immediately lose them, right? Oh, right. Nakai, forgot about this. Join war and join against the Blessed Dread. We'll draw them out of the garrison and have a nice big fight. Tactically unsound or not. Miao Ying, let's upgrade your caster. Searing Doom should probably be upgraded. Still haven't decided on these guys. I do like the poison effect, but I'm very tempted to just max it out so that it's as much damage as physically possible on the Sky Junk, for example. Probably not going to be casting any of these, but frankly the transmutation of lead, if the enemy does manage to charge us, would be useful in an emergency. Also, you don't have the base version of Plague of Rust, which actually you should have, because we'll be facing off against Blackguard of Nagaron in this particular fight as well. Anyway, Miao Ying, ready to go? Nobody else to upgrade? I gave you 2 your shields, you're not ready for shields. Frankly, 2 of you should become pole arms, but it also doesn't matter over much right now, so let's just go. Alright, those who have waited for a nice big fight, well, we're about to get one. 216 range versus 168 range. I guess we'll keep you with the war banner and then we'll give you the bonus range. 196, or we could give even more range to you. This is an area effect, which I guess we'll put on the Sky Junk. And I probably should have actually gotten the war drum in this army now that we can afford it. Now we can afford a lot of things, but that'll mean starting to recruit new stuff, lions, constructs, etc., birds, next episode, but for now we gotta fight this. Go.
The Storm Dragon will lead you to victory. This is my vow.
Alrighty, here we go. The Dark Elves here are obviously going to be the issue, but, well, if they combine well enough with the Norskins, we should still be having a pretty darn good fight between the two. We'll see whether they can breach our lines and our range damage. The big threat, of course, is going to be the enemy Blackguard of Nagaron. They do have 2 of them, and, well, they will outstats our Jade Warriors pretty darn significantly, even as a garrison that isn't buffed. And of course they probably have twice as much, or at least close to it, in terms of their weapon strength, just sort of normally, and then if they get to Murderous Mastery, they will absolutely tear through our infantry, so definitely gonna have to be careful. Anyway, the enemy is actually deployed reasonably well here. They have this hill that's kind of protecting them even from the sky junk, which you would think would be able to float up high and drop those rockets on the enemy below, but the enemy is essentially hull down here and protected from range fire. Not so much perhaps the crossbows, but alas, the enemy reinforcements arrived and we're kind of out of position, so rather than continuing to advance as we've attempted to do here, we'll take a couple more pot shots with our sky junk and then back the rest of the army off. Like so. Now the critical thing is to make sure that we deal as much damage to the enemy units of Blackguard of Nagaron as possible. So we will Vanguard deploy, or not really Vanguard deploy, but rush our Alchemist forward and drop an Overcast Gehenna's Golden Hounds specifically on this unit of Blackguard of Nagaron. Looks like we'll also clip a unit of Dread Spears, but frankly I don't really care about that. Just a nice little bonus. Anyway, we're going to take position up here as we need the enemy to start heading down this hill into a relatively sort of clear firing position, as we haven't been able to take advantage of the marauders or the Norskins being isolated. Anyway, looks like the enemy marauder horsemen have arrived. We'll hit them with those dragon tear gas grenades, and they will get slowed down to 43 speed, which is still reasonably fast, but you know, it's only slightly faster than a fast-moving infantry unit. Enemy does decide to send a few Furies our way, but they get knocked out of the sky rather rapidly, especially targeted as they are by all of those units. Marauders still taking grenades and quarrels to the face. Shield Breaker, Dragon Tear Gas, severely debuffed now. And here comes a little bit of help from the Sky Junk as well. Same thing is occurring over on the right flank, and it looks like or left flank rather, and it looks like the first of the enemy Marauders are moving in as well. The AI probably should have, however, waited to send these guys in and sent them at the same time as the Dark Elves, rather than leading the assault, or perhaps they wanted to take all these shots on their shields and allow the Dark Elves to dish out the damage once they close the distance. I mean, obviously the AI isn't actually thinking about any of that, but you know. Anyway, I love the 2 different grenade units working together, dropping grenades among the enemy, even as the crossbows continue to do work, and the Iron Hail Gunners shotgun them in the face. You gotta love these sort of combined ranged armies. They're really fun. And this is why I think it's just a good idea to build this type of army, or rather than just going for, you know, like 15 the Celestial Dragon crossbows. Will that army be significantly better than the one we're using here? Yes. Will it be anywhere near as fun to watch? No, not even close. There we go. Units charge on in, and that's a heck of a battlefield. Man, if only we could get a unit with suppression on it. Like if we could borrow a couple of units of Outriders, even 4 units of Outriders from... I think Outriders in SFO have suppression, don't they? Because, I mean, it's different in Vanilla and SFO, which units have Suppress, and then Monstrous Impact, I think, is in Vanilla and not in SFO. But anyway, if we can combine a range unit with Suppression on it, with those Dragon Breakers, it would be such an insane reduction in enemy speed that I don't think it would basically be slowing pretty much everybody down. Anyway, Miao Ying has transformed into dragon form, pretty much killed the enemy Lord rather quickly this time around. But the Dark Elves are here to stay, at least for now. Dark Elves, well, they are Dark Elves. But anyway, Blackguard of Nagaron advancing together with some Dread Spears or Bleak Swords. I can't quite tell because there are explosions and magical arrows everywhere. targeting as much as they can the Black Guard, but the Black Guard are certainly weathering the storm. They got 115 armor and so aren't susceptible to the grenade damage all that much due to lack of explosive damage on there. And they have 10% missile resistance on top of that, and then yeah, we gotta watch out for this. Murderous Mastery gives them 75% increase in everything, essentially. Melee attack and damage and charge bonus. Oh, that's a pretty scary sight. Anyway, enemies continue to advance towards our line, and looks like they will arrive, and there we go. Just as the units of Black Guard get here, the Murderous Mastery will activate. The enemy has failed on the right flank by and large, but the left flank will be where the fight, by the looks of it, is decided. And of course the enemy range units have to be taken care of as well, but I don't imagine that'll be too much of a problem. Though they do have a lot more armor piercing on their range than we do by comparison, due to the Dark Shards having armor piercing quarrels. Anyway, there we go. Black Guard of Nagaron in the fight now, dropping Jade Warriors where their halberds swing. They may not be executioners, but it does look like they seem to be killing a model with each swing of halberds, so just as good. And besides, the Drake weapons of the executioners are, well, can take many, many forms, and thus, well, who knows. Maybe some of these Black Guard want a bit of a change in vocation. Either way, with that, by the looks of it, the enemy army is pretty much destroyed. I'm really enjoying watching our army fight, I gotta say, and I once again expect plenty of these great battles to come. And I did promise we'd get at least one major battle this episode, not just the smaller battles, and I think this one did deliver. Those Black Guard of Nagaron did tear through one unit of Jade Warriors, but otherwise our range units held the line. Soon, however, only 2 units of Black Guard won't be nearly as threatening, as soon we will be able to get our Crane Gunners on field, and then they will be able to snipe them from a distance, or at the very least heavily damage them. Anyway, we'll do our best to chase the enemy, because it is an enemy garrison, and if we can destroy everything, then we'll just be able to occupy it without wasting Miao Ying's turn, although this army is not so great at chasing, so we'll see if we can manage. Alright, there we are. A really, really nice fight. We just couldn't manage to kill off that one Dark Shard unit. I was really hoping we'd get them all and then be able to instantly take the territory without having to besiege. But otherwise, generally, well, definitely not a close victory game. I don't know what you're talking about. Just plain nice fight. And I think maybe we'll heal up in order to make sure that, well, we get an easy auto-resolve. Otherwise, we actually did okay damage on both of the Iron Hail Gunner's Dragon Breakers variant, 12,000 and 10,000 damage. It's not much, but it's maybe only 1.5 times more on the Jade Warrior crossbows. And the thing is, there is a dual value to them that I hadn't considered previously. Not only will they slow the enemy as the enemy moves towards us, but they'll also slow the enemy as the enemy runs away from us. The big thing about that is the fact that Miao Ying's army is bad at chasing. Clearly, because we couldn't catch that one unit, but yeah, with slowing the enemy down massively, it means that we get longer time to fire at enemies that run away as well, allowing Miao Ying's army to destroy enemy forces. Anyway, we'll venerate to heal ourselves up nicely, like so. And I assume you don't have Wall Breaker, do you? No, alas, you do not, sadly. Well, I guess likelihood that Miao Ying would be able to move all the way to Jiju is probably non-existent anyway. Man, I can't believe there was that one unit that stayed alive. Okay, we can't get the... Damn, I was hoping to get the War Drum. I guess we could just have Miao Ying attack then. Any other way to do it? Actually, there is one other way to do it. This thing can break walls. It has Siege Attacker. Surprisingly, the Iron Hail Gunner's Dragon Breakers, the Good Against Structures unit, does not have it. You'd think that a unit, an experimental weapon created to break the walls of your enemies, would have Wall Breaker as a trait, but it doesn't. Oh man, I don't know. I just don't know. Alright, I think what we'll do is this. You will attack this, and we will transfer Miao Ying's Sky Junk to you. It'll allow us to auto-resolve it, presumably. Like so. Got a brass cleaver out of it. Very nice find. Occupy. And the brass cleaver is immediately going to go to our Jade Warrior army, which really needs the bonus attack. We'll put it on one of the Gate Masters, I guess. Maybe the central one. And in terms of buffing the units up, that'll be real helpful. And hopefully we can get another Gate Master as well. I'd rather have another Sundering one than a heroic killing blow one, though, I will admit, because once again, those guys do need it. Anyway, that means you're good here, and oh, we got vision of these guys anyways, so decent likelihood that they will still declare war on us, and aha. So this is... no way that... huh. They probably did, didn't they? They declared war on us a long time ago, and what they might have done is this. To go over here. I was wondering how they had two armies out here. Doomcrag, eh? Now... that's a red territory, part of a mostly green territory, so we probably will take Doomcrag for ourselves, but then probably won't move further north into this. I mean, we could send, you know, an expedition up there to raise sack, XP, money, etc. But otherwise, no. It also does mean that since we have vision of these guys now, maybe we should confederate these guys. If they have an army out there, we might be able to win them in the fights. Do it. Let's see what we're looking at here. And what that did to our econ, 2.5k. Yeah, it's a big loss, but it is what it is. Yeah, we have another Astromancer capacity. Oh, 4 out of 3. You already have an Astromancer built somewhere. What do you have? Defender. Expert charge defense for all characters in Heroes Army. That's not horrible. That might be an Astromancer that we keep in an army. Do the Gate Masters have expert charge defense out of curiosity? Where are they? They do have expert charge defense. Well, darn. Wait, then what characters would we want that? I guess... I mean, that would be fine for Lords. What else do we have here? Another Alchemist with Golden Sight. Wins a magic cost reduction for Gehenna's Golden Hounds. Now that's a good trait. It's a fantastic spell. Oh, you got a line. I was gonna build a bunch of Sky Lanterns. Why, thank you. Not the Lord that we want to command them, perhaps, but... Shrewd Tactician. That's you, sir. Oh, you're gonna be costly, but why not? Why the heck not? Shrewd Tactician, and oh. Yeah, no, we're fine. The garrison here is good. I got a little bit concerned. Hey, we also have the Crane Gunner building, meaning... we don't need to upgrade this right now. I'd rather save the money, use it on econ stuff, and we'll keep this here for now instead. Don't collect the income because it's crazy expensive right now. And I guess you're just going to transfer everything. What do you have? Logistics again. Yeah, no thanks. Transfer everything to you. You have what? Dragon Willed, Flow of Battle, and Will of the Dragons. Well, decent for a ranged army, but the other ranged lords seem to be better, so we'll get rid of you. You have no items either. You can stick around to maybe leech some expand. Ooh, I see islands. There's another big benefit. Oh, wow, there's a lot more. Whoa. Huh, there's a lot more factions up here. Yeah, there's a lot more chaos stuff to deal with. This is fun. I'm excited about all this. Anyway, not as excited about having to kill the lizards, but I still see no way out of it as we need to get Lee Temple. Is that all that this little faction has? I guess that's why they were losing. Well, this place is not going down without a fight, as in it... yeah, it'll be fine by itself. I'm actually thinking that we can delete you. Probably not worth it. You know, well, just in case these guys attack, we'll sit there for one turn, but otherwise, yeah, we'll also need to make this into a proper army, and ideally one that isn't so ludicrously expensive. Miao Ying will get her Iron Hail Gunners and Terracotta Automatons. Whoa. Why can we build them now? We have capacity, and we can build them from something. Wait, what can we build them? Oh, the gates allow us to build them, don't they? Yes, they do. As well as get the Celestial Defenders. I haven't checked those out yet. Wait, that's Gate Master. This is a Celestial Defender. Perfect Vigor at a cost of leadership. You get the melee attack for constructs, melee defense and mass for constructs. We got the restore for constructs, just like the necrotects. Yeah. Alright, this also means our construct armies will be coming online shortly. Probably in the next few episodes, because the upkeep is still insane, but we saw that we got up to about 4k gold per turn in this episode, and I imagine we can go even higher next episode as well. Should be pretty fun, unless we are out of time, folks, and I am going to have to call, ooh, yes, City of Smoke. Research rate and construction time. More research rate, always better. We're up to 154 now. And we got 3 more tech thieves and hopefully even more where that came from. But anyway, calling it here, I guess. Next time we continue southward, probably we'll have to fight off Lokir Heart, either his main stack or this little stack, which... very decent likelihood is going to loop around and go to Village of the Moon, but hopefully we can intercept it. And otherwise, Miao Ying will start moving southward. I think once we've essentially linked up with these armies, having taken this and these territories, Miao Ying will continue moving southward, and then this army will loop back around, as most likely we'll be getting into a fight with these guys. And I'm excited to see what heights we can take the Sky Lanterns. I was fairly impressed with them, and... impressed with them on SFO, I mean, at least their sniping capabilities. Yeah, they're not going to do a crazy amount of kills or anything like that, but still an interesting idea. It could also be... this could also be an aerial army, because that should obviously have a bunch of Sky Lanterns. If you throw a few Onyx Crowmen in there, a few Long Riders, a few Sky Junks, maybe some Moonbirds as well. A couple Celestial... man, I forgot how many flying units Cathay gets. Yeah. Oh, and we'll need war drums as well into this army. Anyway, lots and lots of stuff to do, and I'm rambling because I'm having a great time, and we're finally to the point where we can start getting those new units online, so stay tuned for it all. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, especially the threshold for the longer episodes, and to maintain the streak, which is our highest priority. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.